Hello, my beautiful people. This is your girl Riri Okoye, sending you so much love today from Lagos. I normally do this session on a Thursday. It's normally called Business Growth with Riri on IG, and it normally goes on live on Thursday, but I had some personal situations I had to deal with last Thursday, so I couldn't be there. So I'm coming up today here on a Saturday to send you actually a recorded message so that I don't miss anything, because I've got lots and lots of value to share with you just for a couple of minutes, okay? But a bit more than a couple of minutes, all right? So I'm talking about personal branding and benefits. I'm sure that in this day and age, if you're a business owner, if you're a solopreneur, if you're somebody that's just selling products, you realize that this narrative is here to stay. Personal branding. And what is a personal brand? Let's start with what a brand is. So a brand is an intangible concept, okay? It's an intangible thing that is created for a service or product, and it's normally defined by a lot of things. People think, oh, it's only about logo. No, there's so many other things that are created. The logo, the image, the perception, the values, all these things create a brand. So you can imagine transferring that to a human being as yourself. There's an intangible thing of the things that you create as a person. Now, back in the day, when people, their image of personal branding was, oh, she's coming off to show off and to shout about herself, me. No, that's not what personal branding is about. It's about being a thought leader. It's about creating an image of somebody that people will listen to, because you've got value, you've got valuable things to share to your community, all right? Now, there are benefits, and lots of benefits that I have actually benefited from creating a personal brand, and you can do the same. The first thing is that it creates individuality in a crowded market, because guess what? If you live in a place like mine, where I live in Nigeria, there are millions and millions and millions of people here, and there are millions of coaches, all sorts of people. So if you don't create that individuality, you're going to be lost in the crowd, okay? So that's one of the first benefits of creating your personal brand. The second one is that you're the first person in the mind of your target audience. I'm an event planner too, and one of the things I did with that side of my business was I started to niche down into milestone events. So by the time I did that, goodness me, I was just getting back to back events, milestone events, party after party, because I had crafted my personal brand. And anytime people were thinking about, oh, my mom is turning 80, oh, my dad is turning 70, oh, I'm going to be turning 50, I was the person that they were always calling, because I created this conception, and that was why people were just coming to me again and again and again. So when you create that personal brand, you become the first person in the mind of your target audience, okay? And speaking of that, you as a personal brand, as you start to craft your personal brand, you control perception, because guess what? Out there, people are going to have all sorts of views about you, especially on social media. But when you create that perception, you are creating what you want your audience to know about you. Another great benefit of creating a personal brand is that you position yourself as an expert. People start to know what you stand for, what your values are, what you've got to say, and then you get respected for that, because you're an expert. You're not just coming out, wherever you're coming out just to talk about nonsense. You've actually got something of value to talk about, and you become an expert. Another great thing about the personal branding is it creates greater credibility, because you imagine by the time you're going on the radio, on newspapers, on TV, anywhere, even on social media, and people start to hear you, there's greater credibility for you as a personal brand. Another fantastic thing that has happened to me this year in creating a personal brand is that you can get rewarding partnerships from bigger brands. And you know what that means? That means that if bigger brands are putting you out there in the marketplace, more eyeballs are on what you have to say. And this year I had an opportunity to partner with FCMB on a radio show, Business Growth with Riri, and they partnered with me, and it was just so rewarding to do that. And that was because I crafted and created a personal brand. And apart from rewarding partnerships, you can also get leadership opportunities. People may start calling you on boards. People may start calling you to be part of their, like their NGO and things like that, just because you have built your brand. You've got to be out there, okay? And then there's a higher perceived value, because when we think about brands out there, when you think about a Prada brand bag compared to a bag that doesn't have a brand, you put a higher perceived value on a product just because it's a product. That's the same thing that happens when you create your personal brand. People start to place a higher value on you than somebody else that hasn't really put themselves out there, just because of the higher perceived value. And then streams of new clients come in just because you have created that brand. They know what you stand for, they know who you are, what you've got, you're out there, you've created all these partnerships, leadership opportunities. People start to know you, and then it just creates streams of new clients, all right? And then there's a focused energy. You're not all over the place. I remember, I've been in business for nearly 10 years, and I remember the early years, I was all over the place. People they were like, what does she stand for? What does she stand for? But now, because I have created this personal brand, people know that, okay, Rita does events, Rita does events and training, and she's just a business coach. So people, they know that I'm in that space, But if you're all over the place and people are just like, okay, what's she doing today? And what's she doing tomorrow? You can confuse your target audience. So you have to, you have to have focused energy on what you're about, okay? And then another beautiful benefit of creating that personal brand is that you can get prestigious recognition, awards. When all these awards come out, you're rewarded for top this and 30th this and 100th. It's all those people that you see out there, they're getting all of this. It's not that you're not as smart as them, but they have created their personal brand and they really know how to position themselves in the marketplace. So you should go ahead and do the same, all right? And then there's hidden talents. There may be some hidden talents that you didn't even realize that you knew. You didn't realize how great a writer you are. You didn't realize how great you are at communicating that value, or just even going out there and just advising people on things. When you start to put yourself as a personal brand, you start to see that there's some hidden values or hidden talents that you didn't realize that you had, that you start to see. And then before we know it, you might have your own channel too, your own show too, okay? And then the final thing that I want to say about the benefits of creating a personal brand is legacy. Is impact. Think about it. Think about on the last day, and this is probably when you're like hitting 100 or something, but on that final day when the curtains call and you're up in heaven and somebody's talking about you, what are they going to say about you? They're going to be like, oh my God, Riri, I was struggling with my business and I went onto her program and I did one-on-one coaching with her, or I bought her online training, and I just ran with the lessons, I ran with the concepts, and guess what? My business grew because of Riri. Riri reminded me the importance of building a brand, and all of that stuff, and I'll probably be in heaven and be like, yeah, you good girl, So you want to think about legacy, So that is another important benefit of building your personal brand. So I hope that these have been valuable to you. I want you to tell me what stood out for you. When you think about all of these benefits I have said to you, what stood out for you, and what are you going to do differently? Because I don't want you to just watch this and think, yeah, she's right, she's right. What are you going to do differently? That is so important for me to know. So in the comment bar, wherever you're watching this, let me know what stood out for you and what are you going to do differently to build your personal brand. Now, finally, I have an offer. I always have offers, but the offer I've got now is I've got a mini course. I've got a course that can be absorbed in 24 hours called 6 Steps to Becoming a Sought After Personal Brand. And these are 6 lessons, 6 bite-sized lessons that can be absorbed. And there's also great tools, great downloadables, great PDFs that you can download to assist you with this learning. But my offer that's only open up until tomorrow is that apart from this course, you're going to get live coaching with me. 10 people will get 1 hour of live interaction, questions answered, all of that good stuff to do with this personal brand for the first 10 people that sign up to this program. Now, what is the investment? The investment is 4,770 Naira just for you today in this season, okay? But as I said, for the live coaching that I'm going to do, I'm only offering it to 10. So if you want to get cracking and be part of the 10, be part of the lucky 10 and get this online course and get the live 1 hour coaching with me, go ahead and in the comment bar you will see the link. Or if you want to be faster, you can send me a DM and I'll just send it to you quickly. Or you can send me a message at coach@ririokoye.com. and I look forward to serving you. Now, the expiry date for the 10 people that I'm going to be offering this live one-on-one 1 hour coaching is tomorrow. This offer for this is just for tomorrow. The course is running, throughout November. You'll still see the course, but this actual offer of the live 10 people is only for the first 10 people, and the deadline for that runs out tomorrow. Okay, so I hope that what I've said to you today has been valuable. I hope you go out there today and build that personal brand. If you're a business owner, solopreneur, you're selling something, you've got to be out there. You want people to remember. You want to be top of mind, don't you? You want to create rewarding leaderships, opportunities. You want to create greater collaborations with the big boys and the big girls, don't you? Okay, so come on into this course, and I look forward to serving you. Enjoy the rest of the day, and once again, my name is Riri Okoye from Business Growth with Riri. Till next time, bye.